Hello and welcome. This is Carolyn, and today I want to just help you with what to do if you're brand new, you've had you getting started training with your mentor, and now what? You've made your list of 20 people. You have also made 3 phone calls with the help of your mentor. And now today I want to show you and share with you what you will be doing from today onwards in order to really hone your skill of recruiting, because recruiting is the first skill that any of us need to master in order to build a thriving network marketing business. So also by now, I hope you have signed up for your duplicator system. And if not, if you don't know what it is, if you haven't, go back to your mentor and make sure he or she can help you with that. And what it is a system that helps us basically make this simple so that anyone can do it, and so that we have systems in the team that can be duplicated, because not everybody can do presentations, not everybody can do Facebook Lives. And so what I'm sharing with you is really the simplest and easiest way that anybody can do. So even if you have more advanced skills, even if you know how to do marketing and stuff like that, just stick to what I'm sharing with you and keep sharing that with your team. Keep pointing them to this training, for example. We use a lot of tools, videos as tools for training, so that we can take ourselves out of the equation, and so that the information stays the same, that everybody learns. Now, in order for you to attract and enroll customers and business builders, we need to have people to talk to. And most of us don't like to go to friends and families, even though in the beginning that can be a good strategy. And there might be people that you really, really want to have on your team in the long run. And moving forward, a better strategy is really to attract new people, friends. And so the numbers that you'll be working with are the number 20, 3, and 3. Those are our daily mode of operations, or that is our daily mode of operation. 20 new friends a day, 3 people that you share this link with, and you will have your own version of this link. It might be the video with me in it, or you might have created your own version of this video with your mentor. It doesn't matter so much. The importance is that you have the system and that you know how to use the system. So 20 new friends, 3 people to share this link with, and 3 people to follow up with a day. This is if you want to build a substantial income over the next 12 to 24 months. And I'm going to share with you how to make the friends, how to exactly share the link, and then also how to follow up with people. So let's start with how to make friends. There is 2 ways to make new friends. The first one is a little bit more advanced, and I'm just going to show you based on my example what the more advanced is. And if this is too advanced, just skip over it and go to the more simple one. Both will work. The more advanced one will be for you to post on Facebook every day, ideally. Write a post, and I posted on my profile. I have chosen 5 topics, and I recommend, if you want to go with the strategy, that you choose 5 topics. For me, I like to write about feminine, masculine energies and relationships in general. I like to write about healthy living. I like to write about my kids and family stuff. I like to write about being an entrepreneur, and I like to write about energy. So those are my 5 themes, and you can think about your 5 themes, and your mentor can also help you with this, but it's not a requirement. This is a more advanced strategy for if you're already posting on Facebook, then do that. So you want to write your post, and then you want to take your post and you want to post it in 10 groups. So let me just see. I've taken this and I've posted it in different groups. So let's see, for example, this is a group that I've posted it in. This is a post that is more directed to relationships and stuff. And you might want to wonder, what does that have to do with building a Juice Plus business? Well, with the strategy, I'm attracting people to me as a whole holistic person, because people want to do stuff with you because they like you. right? And so for the strategy, this is in order to make new friends. So through posting and being visible, you can attract people through what you're sharing. And so in this case, there's people that are not friends with me that loved my post. So what I will do is I will post in 10 groups, make sure I abide by the group posting guidelines. And then later in the day, I will go back and I will friend the people that have commented on my posts. And I will tell you exactly what to say. What to say is the same in both strategies. This is just basically how to generate new friends. So one way is to post your post, write a post, post it in 10 groups, wait a little while, and then friend the people that have engaged with your post. Now, the second and more easier strategy is to go on Facebook and join groups that are in alignment with what you're doing. So for me, my perfect person is a woman, and ideally someone who has kids, someone basically who's like me, who's a mom, who wants to be home, who wants to have time with their kids, who wants some freedom, who wants to travel, and wants to make a lot of money. Right, that's kind of my ideal person. You can think about who your ideal person is. Might be somebody who's exactly like you, or you might feel really drawn to working with younger people, or you might feel drawn to working with nurses, or just think of a group of people that you have an affinity to. And again, if you need help with that, your mentor can help you. So in my case, we have conference coming up in Austin. So I have been joining moms groups in Austin. And so I'm a member in this Austin Moms group. And so joining groups and commenting and making new friends is also a great way. You can just also go to the members section and friend new friends, and I will tell you exactly what to say. And more importantly, you can also friend friends of friends. So you can go to the Facebook groups and make new friends. And also an easy way is you can just go to friends of friends. So let me just go to my friend. Let me just see to my friends. Go to Alex. She's a good friend of mine. She does the mucus-free stuff if you want to check her out. And so I would just go to friends and would look for her friends and go to the ones that I'm not connected with. Which in this case, I'm connected to a lot of her friends. Might not have been the best example, but you get the picture. You just want to get to a point where it doesn't say friends anymore, and then you want to start here, for example. And I'm going to show you now the message that I'm actually going to do it. I'm going to just do it here. So if I use the strategy of going to my friends and adding friends of friends, this is what I do. I would send the friend request. Then I check out the profile and I see what I see, because I want to actually comment on her stuff. So I would say, and I will post this script below the video so that you have it. So I would say, hey, Brianna, I see that you are also friends with Alex. I know her from Facebook, and she is a great friend. And then you want to find something that you have in common. So also, I see, also, hold on real quick, I'm going to just make sure that I do it right. I'm just going to find one and I'm going to copy it so that it's really correct, because we all want to do the same script. 1 second. actually. Because this is a formula for how to really create the script correctly. And if you like, you can actually work along and pause this video. So this was an example for the mom script. So if you're doing friends of friends, you will say, hey, you know, I see you're friends with so-and-so. I know her from Facebook and she's a great friend. If you're finding someone in a group, you would say, hey, I see you're also a member of the mom's group. That's a great group. Then you want to comment, you know, on something that you have in common. So also, I see that you love being a mom, right, in the mom's group. So we're just going to stay with this example here to make it easier. So you want to find something that you have in common. So on here, I could say, you know, I see that you love being a couple, or I see that you're really into protecting the earth. So find something in common based on their profile. You have to spend a little time, right? And then you would put it in the second section. And then I just say, I would love to connect more with you. For now, I have to send you a friend request to stay in touch. Sometimes you can't send a friend request. And I say, I've tried to send you a friend request, but I couldn't. And then they can send it to you. And then you also want to comment on either the cover picture or a picture. You know, I could say, hey, I really love the picture with you and the wolf, or with the woman and the wolf. And then you want to find something to congratulate them on, and you want it to be authentic. So I'm going to post this template with this video, and just know, depending on where you friended people, like if they came from your post, you would say, hey, thanks for liking my stuff. And you can see if you have friends in common. If you have friends in common, it's always good to mention them. And you do that by, it would say, you know, here, when you go to somebody's profile, it tells you who the friends are, and you can click on it normally, and it brings it up. And you can see who the mutual friends are. So this is how you basically would initiate contact, and you want to do 20 of those a day, whether they come from your post, whether they come from the groups, or whether they come from friends of friends. You could do just friends of friends, you could do just groups, or you could do just from your post. Over time, if you are posting, you know, it will build and it will get easier and easier. All of this will get easier. Consistency is the key. I sometimes, when I don't have, well, it takes me 2 hours to really go through the 20 and connect with people also, because people will start responding. So you should set aside 2 hours a day for practicing the skill and for getting better. Absolutely. Then the next step, and this is where you probably will need the most help, is what to do when people respond, because you do want to build relationships, right? You don't want to launch into right away then telling someone, hey, I do Juice Plus, right? That is not the way to do it. The way to do it is to be curious about people and to take control of the conversation, and eventually, sometimes, you know, it could take a couple of days, sometimes it could take a couple of weeks, to find out about the people. You want to find out whether they're strapped for time, for money, if they're into health. So for me, for example, I will say, you know, hey, where do you live? And then it'll tell me where they live. And I say, hey, you know, I'm taking a year on the beach with my kids, and I feel really blessed because I'm building my business from there. So you can find your own version of that, where you can just, like, you know, hint upon what you do. And then people can say, oh my God, this is so interesting, and can you tell me more? Or you just want to simply have a conversation with people and start finding out what they're passionate about, what they're struggling with. Because the idea is to then, once you have created a relationship, so remember, this is all about creating a real relationship. It's not about spamming people. Until we find an opportunity to then use what is called the super invite script. And you will have this also below the video. And so the invite script will only work once you know what people are actually kind of into. If they're looking for more time, if they're looking for extra money, if they're really hating their job, if they would love to travel, if they want to buy a house, if they want to buy a new car, you know, things like that. You could say, hey, if I could, and you can still do this through text, right? You might have used this, it's the same script that you use to make your first few phone calls when you're calling your list of 20. So this time we're using the same script, super invite script, in a Facebook message, or Facebook message saying, hey, if I could show you a way to get some extra money so you can buy your new house, would you be open to taking 2 to 3 minutes to hop on the phone with me? And when they say yes, you say, now is now a good time. And if they say no, now it's not good, you want to get them with you within the next 24 hours. So if you say, well, how about in 3 hours? How about in 5 hours? How about in tonight? How about tomorrow morning? So you're going to try to get them with you on the phone within the next 24 hours. Then when you get on the phone, you use this script again. And this time you would say, you know, hey, you know, you connect with them. Obviously, the part of the reason is so that you can actually create a connection. It's having real connection. Ideally with, you could use Facebook Messenger video feature so you can actually see each other. It makes all the difference. So don't send the link to the video in a message. You always want to talk to people on the phone, go through the script. Hey, if I could show you a way how you could have extra money to build your house, do you have time to look at a 17-minute video? And then if they say yes, you ask them right now. And if they say yes, then you say, okay, great, watch it and I'll call you in 20 minutes. And if they say no, then again, you make sure you set up a follow-up time. This is where most people go wrong. And this is all in the script. You know, you just go by the script. You set up a follow-up time within the next 24 hours to get back on the phone with them. So you want to have 3 of these a day. That's the 3 and the 23. 3. And then the last 3 is the follow-up call, where you want to basically, you know, when you're on the first call with them and they agree to watch the link, you want to stay on until they have the link. So you would when they say yes, they have time, you would go and send them the link to to your system. So this link basically to this might be a different video for you, right? If you have your own video, you want to stay on the phone with them until they have it and make sure it's playing. And then you say, hey, okay, I'll call you back in 20 minutes. And then you also want to tell them to write down any questions that they have so that you can answer them afterwards. And then in 20 minutes or 3 hours or 24 hours, whatever you've set up, you call them. Make sure you have a system to a calendar or any other system where you keep track of who you need to follow up with, because the money's in the follow-up and a lot of people will forget to follow up and not build a business. So don't do that. Don't be that person. Then when you follow up with them, you simply really just, again, go through a script, which is called the follow-up script. And you just follow the script to a T. And then at that point, if they're ready to sign up and you don't know how to sign them up, set up a time with your mentor and them for a 3-way connection call. And if you know how to sign them up, just take them through the sign up process. If they do want to build a business, which hopefully they will, because we're always wanting to aim for business builders first. And then if they don't want to, they can always just be customers and become reps later or never. But you want to make sure that they get all their questions answered. If you don't have all their answers, get them together with your mentor. And then if they do want to get started, set up a getting started training, and you will find the video on how to get started, how to do the getting started training with your new rep also in your system. And then you would do the getting started training either right away if they have time, or again, within the first 24 hours. So I hope this was helpful. We're trying to keep this really simple. Focus on this and you will start building a business. You can learn everything else along the way. Reach out to your mentor daily and see how you can do things better. Know that there's a learning curve. You will not hit 23.3 right away, probably. I mean, you might, but Don't get frustrated if it takes you a week or a month to hit those numbers, but stay committed to doing those numbers. And if you do them consistently, you will build a great business. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.